is going on, All-Terrain Nation? Whether it be two-wheel drive, four-wheel drive, it only matters what you drive tonight if it's a Bronco. That is right. This is your Ford Bronco Talk Live, and it is presented by White Knuckle Off-Road Rock Sliders. If you guys need the best rock sliders out there, I suggest you go see our buddies over at White Knuckle. They're out in California, family-owned company. It's not four-wheel parts. It's not some big conglomerate that doesn't really care about you. These people love you. And they wanted us to tell you about that.
And we only promote the products that we support.
That's right. And we own.
And then we own.
So this is Ford Bronco Talk Live, and it is a Monday, Kelly, and we're almost at the end. Can you believe this? We're almost at the end of the year.
No, you can't even. It's December 5th. I've still got 26 more days.
And you've been on the show for over a year now.
Oh, thanks for letting me in.
I know. It's that's a big deal. Trust me.
That is a big deal.
Anyways, but so sorry, I started thinking about like, oh yeah, it has been a long time. So anyways, I hope
you can't multitask. Can you tell?
No, I had a brain fart. I haven't had my whiskey yet. But anyways, I want to talk tonight. We're going to talk about some aftermarket parts. Broncos.
Wow, words.
Black Friday Bronco Santa came to see me. And, I'm very excited by that. He had there was a tally that came with Black Friday Santa, but anyway, so we're going to talk about that. We've got some news and some stuff we're going to talk about. Some things are coming back to the Bronco that went away for a little bit, so that's a little teaser of what is to come. And Kelly, how's your Monday going?
It's going all right.
Yeah.
It's better Monday than last Monday was, I guess.
That is true, and it's been a rainy one here. And to Mr. What?
Wiedemann.
No, well, I'm going to get to John in just a minute, but
wow,
I had to talk to Honest because Honest, I have not gotten my hair cut yet. Trust me, it's bothering the piss out of me. But next week, I scheduled for next week.
Did you actually get one?
Yeah, I've scheduled myself.
Wow,
I'm a big boy. I'm doing big
guys. You don't understand how big that is. That's actually a pretty big deal for him to schedule his own haircuts.
It is, and I want to say congratulations to Miss John Wiedemann, because John is one of the OGs here. John has been with me on this channel for a long time, and John asked for was a Badlands 2-door. He didn't want the Sasquatch package. I don't think he went nuts with his, but he was a day 2 or 3, I think, like us. And congratulations, John. His Bronco came in. I think he's picking it up tomorrow. You can't clap for John?
I'm sorry.
Wow, come on. There we go. Thank you.
I clapped from the couch earlier when you told me.
I know. I yelled downstairs and I was like, Kelly, you got it.
He's like, John got his truck. And I was like, that's awesome.
But
I'm super excited for you, John. We have been waiting impatiently for you as well.
We have been waiting patiently. And tonight, because you guys always ask, it's a Maker's Mark night. So
and you know what I'm drinking tonight. I am drinking Tito's. And Mr. Honest Smith, thank you so much for my Tito's.
Yes, and I have to also say thank you to Mr. Honest, because he got us a kick-ass gift. For one, he got this. He found me this. He scolded me for not drinking the Blanton's that
but he was holding on to it.
Yeah, I do. It's pretty pricey. But he sent me this and told me to save this and drink the other bottle. So I will do that, sir. Plus, we got to put that in the Jeep bed. Where'd it go? Oh, he sent us this nice card, which I greatly appreciate. He says, in the card it says, Dave, enjoy the big bottle, keep the little one. They're hard as hell to find. So Dennis and Dakota. And he sent this. This is a pretty freaking awesome little ornament, or I assume it's an ornament. I don't know.
I would say it's an ornament.
It's very freaking cool, is what it is. And
I guess it is.
I cherish that. Honest has sent me all kinds of crazy things, some Bengals hats, which who dey. But this is probably my most favorite thing. Besides the whiskey. Okay, it's 50-50, but this is the most epic thing he sent me. Of course, John. I have John Wiedemann made this for me, a little Bengals gnome. And you guys are always crazy. Last week, y'all sent us a shirt. Miss Nikki did. So there you go. So anyways, thank you guys so much. Let's see.
For keeping us liquored up and gifted up.
Yeah, we greatly appreciate that. And also nobody's really noticed. I know I've talked about it, but Kelly.
133 days.
That is for Bronco Supercell. So 133 days, man. Us and Allie were talking about that, and I told him in a chat, I said, I'm buying this thing. And
this is the second time he thought he bought it because he thought he placed the order, and he's like, why didn't my countdown come in? And it hadn't come in yet, and here we are.
But anyways,
yes, the Supercell countdown is on.
It is on. And speaking of on, we've got this going on.
I just can't even with you.
I know, I love it, man.
I just can't even with you.
But Kelly, it's your time. It's your moment to shine.
It's my turn. Give me the mouse.
Oh, sorry. I'll just drink.
If it's my turn, walk away, sir. Walk away. I mean, you don't have to totally walk away, but anyway.
She took my Bronco. She might as well take my show.
They all know. They've already told you that's my show anyway.
I know they have.
So don't even go there.
Hey, Kelly, will you tell them to smash that like button for us?
Hey guys, will you smash that like button for us? We have 64 folks in the chat, and I don't know how many we have because Dave lost the. How do you do my intro and then take the mouse away?
I don't know. These are mysteries that no one can answer. How
You're
about that?
not, yeah, sir. Wow.
There we go.
Thanks. Right. We're at 29 likes and 64 in the chat. So please be sure to go ahead and smash that like button.
And after your intros, you got a special deal for people.
I do have a special deal. Can you give me? Gosh, guys, you see how this works?
I'll just be over here.
Oh, wow.
Looking at all the
wow.
cheap stuff over here. Go ahead. Go. No.
I'm gonna, if you let me get in here, if you just hush your mouth for a second. Jeez. Wow. So of course we have Anna Smith in the chat this evening. Nurse AJ saying, once again, I was up at 3:30 going to do my best to hang. Ordered my Top Lift Pros top removal system for my Bronco. So excited. Can you be quiet back there? Jeez. John Wiedemann, of course, in the house this evening. M. Peugeot coming in. Brian Slick. Jeffrey Babb. You trying to give me rabbit ears?
No, the Bronco ears.
502 Bourbon Crew told you to work it. Work it. Iconic Bronco in the house. Frank Costanza. Gia Hogue. Gia's mods just popped.
Whoa.
So she is close. And apparently there is a new tracking, which Allie kind of hinted to us a little bit, told us a little bit about it. But Gia said she went to her dealership and there is a high-tech tracking now where you can actually find out very close to where your vehicle is. So she thinks she's going to get it Thursday, I think.
Ooh, congratulations.
Thursday.
Can we come tear yours up?
Right. Cigar Texan in the house, Marine Vet, Jason K, Bim Joker in the house, Allie Dubois checking in tonight. Michael Nice says, got my January build week. Congratulations.
Yes, very much so.
Valley Dude 5000 says, we need a Ford Bronco tequila like the Tesla tequila. You better talk to Ford about that because we'll get a cease and desist if we tried to do it.
I get enough trouble. Yeah. I get enough trouble, man.
For sure. Bim Joker says, my Bronco was built on the 7th, has been on chip hold ever since. Oh.
You know what people won't understand is, like, when they put some on chip hold, they keep building.
Yeah.
And when they get the parts back in for the plant,
then they're going to go out and put your chips in.
No, but they keep building. Yeah. And they put those parts in it, and then they go back out there. And I know people get pissed off waiting because they're like, why are people getting their Broncos that were built after mine? And it's just how it works, man. This stuff comes in.
You got to keep the line rolling.
Yes. And so unfortunately.
And then they'll go back and do cleanup crew.
Yeah. Yep.
Eric Jefferson in the house. C Seeker Bronco saying hello this evening. 502 Bourbon Crew. Michael Cooper, Wes, Bob Masters, Randy Hughes. Jessica Dunn says, oh yeah, R2R grill customized. Nice Cigar Texan. John Snelson checking in. Jonathan Falds. Minall Productions 1. Tennessee Code Monkey.
We keep getting more of these people in these shows. I might consume too much whiskey.
I know we might. I know, right? Igodaro. I'm going to totally mispronounce that in the house. Tracy H. Christina Fisher Clark is a friend of mine. Say hello, my friend Christina. YouTube Car Spotters Guide.
Is she the one going on the cruise?
No. No, that's another friend. She's already
Oh.
on the cruise. She checked in and they hadn't even left.
Okay? Everything's okay?
Yeah, they hadn't even left port yet, and she already had 2 drinks in her.
Good. Hey,
so
that's how you cruise.
Bronco 78 in the house. DJ Bliss 717 says my Braptor is in. Picked it up Wednesday.
Congratulations, man. Congratulations.
Jeff Dicer, good choice. Dave Makers, my fave.
Right.
Dirk Connor checking in. DJ Bliss 717. I think I already said hello. We're gonna say Royalty in the house. Royalty in the house.
Mr. Tim. Where'd it go? Okay. Mr. Tim Bartz will be on the show next week. We will have some big names coming up.
Yeah.
So there you go.
So we've got to come in next week. So be sure to check in with us.
That's right.
We already said hello. I've got Allie in there twice.
She's so nice. You got to say her name twice.
Know. And as you college kids said, fighting starts already.
Oh, man.
And Nick Kefkin. And I am sure I've missed some folks in there because they've come in. Wild Raptor 2023 says blend date of 12/7 on a wild track.
Yes.
Steel
Nice.
Bronco checking in. And let's see. Oh my gosh. Like everybody's still coming
Andrea's here.
Andrea's in the house. Gia says, yeah, you can drive mine. It's a manual. Oh, now you're speaking his language. Yeah. Ryan Woolman is also in the house this evening.
I feel like if back when I was shoving this to an actual audio podcast. Can you imagine listening to this to an audio podcast
right?
At some point?
Of hearing all of these kind of names. You're just like, Kelly, shut up already. Christina says Dave is fired. He stole the mouse and is rushing Kelly.
Man, Andrea, thank you so much for the dude. You've continued to support us
yes, we appreciate you so
a lot, and we greatly appreciate that. And I haven't done this in a while, and I got to get this out of the way. Memberships. We have a membership. It's $5 a month. If you don't like YouTube doing it that way, go to Patreon. We have a Patreon page that you can if you choose to support us that way. And I'm not begging by any means, but you guys have always been generous to us, and it helps us travel. Honestly, it helps us go to press events. So if you guys, we've had 4 drop out a member.
Yeah, that's okay.
It almost made me sad, but I'm like, hey, I'm just not entertaining enough, is what it is. So I better drink this glass and then some. I'll put on a show. But anyways, if you guys want to do that, we greatly appreciate anything you do that way. Big time is smashing that like button for us. That really helps the channel quite a bit, and it allows us to continue doing what we do. And Miss Kelly's got big news.
I've got 2 big newses.
Ooh. 2 big newses. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
That just sounded weird.
Yes.
Sounded weird.
So the first big news kind of piggybacks off of membership. We've actually started vlogging.
I forgot about that. That is correct.
So we've actually started vlogging. It's not always vehicle related. Sometimes it's just
it's Boyd related.
It's really just Boyd related, and it's a quick look into our lives. So we've started doing that on. Where are you posting that?
It's memberships see it. So if you're a member, they automatically see it. It pops up.
Okay.
They get noticed. That we started that this past week, and we've always tried to do a little bit for members. We've struggled to figure out a way to offer more for those that support us. So yes, we're doing a weekly vlog. I don't know that we're that interesting, but we did 8 minutes of video the other day. So.
He told me this morning as I was pulling into school, he's like, you should have vlogged this morning. I was like, now you tell me. I wasn't prepared to vlog this morning. So one of these mornings taking the kiddo to school, you're going to get a vlog of it. And it's really just going to be whatever Sid's at that like weird age where she doesn't want any part of like being a part of anything we want to do. So you used to see her. She's not interested anymore. So just so you know.
Yes.
Whatever she allows me to do. Let's put it this way. Or I may just be blocking her out of whatever conversation I make. So, why do you keep handing me the remark or handing me?
Keep going. I'm producing.
I already copied.
No, I'm not worried about that. Go ahead, man.
Crazy. I don't even know what I'm doing now. You threw me off. Apparently we're going here.
I thought that's where you were going. I thought that's where you were going, man.
Gosh.
Sorry.
Hey, David Zarko. Welcome in, sir. Let's see. So what I am putting up for you in the chat is our website.
It's a weird Black Friday deal.
It is a weird late Black Friday deal because you know what a slacker I am sometimes. And we have actually taken all of our t-shirts down to $12.50 a piece.
Plus shipping.
Plus shipping, of course. But now they do say limited edition because they truly are. Whatever I have in hand is what I have. We're not doing any more runs on these. So help me clear these out of our office, please.
We're about to. You're going to see the studio change. So.
Yeah, so the studio's going to change a little bit. We're making some changes in our life. You all know a little bit earlier this year, long story short, Dave's mom passed away. So his dad's really kind of needing some more support at his house. And
they have a big house, and
yeah, they have a big house, and he's lonely. So
and he won't move here.
No. So the Boyds are invading his house. So you will be seeing a little bit different of a studio in the next month or
two, maybe.
Oh, is it that quick?
I don't know.
I don't know. The next couple of months, you'll see our studio is going to change a little bit. So just know that that's something going on too. But anyway, so be sure you don't need a coupon code. I just went ahead and discounted them. So that way you guys go ahead and just choose whichever. I will tell you that Lift Everything one is super, super soft. I'm just saying.
How soft is it?
It's very soft. Gia says she likes the All-Terrain Nation one. I do too. That's the play on the Friends, of course. But anyway, so check it out. It's on the website under Kelly's Picks.
And that's all we will beat you up tonight about that. I always feel it's awkward in the position we do because we love cars and want to talk cars, but unfortunately, that's a necessity we have to do for sure. So there you go. There, we're out of the way. Kelly, where does Bronco keychain or this bottle opener come from?
That was given out by Ford at Michigan Bronco Club.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I was wondering where that was.
Because you didn't want any swag, and then we let everybody get all the swag, and then they were like, "Hey, we have these. Anybody not get anything?" I was like, "I'm going for a bottle opener."
Hell yeah.
Even though my truck has a bottle opener in it.
Which I tried to use at the tailgate the other night.
And it works perfectly. Did you not? You couldn't figure it out?
Well, part of the problem was tilting the
the diabolical.
Top. No. Well, there was that too. So you can't come up from in. I mean, I could have flipped the tailgate of that up, but no. And I, by then I was like, remembered it. I was about 5 beers in at the tailgate and I was like,
before the game.
Yes. And I was like, you know what? I don't want to break a bottle in here.
That's a good idea.
Let's do smart things and not do that. So my buddy Tim, who crazy rugby guy, and he just somehow manhandled this Corona.
Probably used his ring.
Probably. And so the bottle opener did not work for me, though I do think it would work if I was in the right state of mind. So right state of mind, Kelly.
So NSU college kid asked, how do the shirts fit? Are they snug or true to size? I'd say they're true to size because they're like a unisex.
Dave's a little chunky right now, okay? So I'm not gonna lie. I normally wear a medium and I'm in a large now. And first of the year, the whole everybody makes resolutions. I mean, I've been working out like crazy, but the problem is I'm putting on that bulk, not losing anything. So, but they seem to be pretty good, man. And
they're a typical unisex, so they're not like cut or anything. Yeah. They're not like guys cut.
Oh, and go cut. Blue. Eric Jefferson says no.
Heck yes.
Little bummed the way they scheduled I would have liked to seen them play again. I think that would be fun. But I think the way they scheduled that game, we could be playing at the end of the championship. So
Josh Hamilton says that's a sweet bottle opener. I'm sure you've seen many of those bottle openers, sir.
And Josh will be on the show coming up, probably the first of the year. Josh Hamilton is he helped set up the off rodeos.
Yes.
So we got all kinds of big names.
And somebody mentioned that they are going to the off rodeo in a couple of weeks, and highly recommend it. He's a former. I don't think it was mentioned. He's a full-blown like off-roader, self-taught kind of off-roader. So he doesn't like to be told how to do things. Imagine that.
How did we get married?
I don't know.
I don't either.
I don't know. I just sucked you in somehow. And then so needless to say.
Yes, needless to say.
I highly recommend the off rodeo. And so does Allie.
I'm never against if people want to go. Ford included it, even though I think it's sneaky how they've done it. Like, well, you still have to pay. It's like here's a free thing to Oh no, we're not paying for your trip there, which I didn't expect.
Wow, you're getting sassy tonight.
But it was. Well, I mean, what is it like $250 or something?
You don't pay for the driver.
No, but you
pay for the passenger.
That's right. Anyways. Little sneaky. And
yes, we have to do our video with Amy, Allie. Yes. We need to keep me honest. We need to get
Jason K. Jason K. IO.
No. Van the Man says going to Texas Off Rodeo. So
Oh,
that's
nice.
that's the one.
It will be a little chilly down there. Believe it or not, Austin this time of year starts getting a little bit chilly. So I don't think that it's going to be shorts and t-shirts. Though the weird thing about the South is it could be. So prepare for the worst, expect the best.
What? 502 Bourbon Crew said police, EMS, all kinds of activity at the Jim Beam plant down the road.
I don't drink Jim Beam.
It doesn't matter.
What are you, the Rock?
It's still bourbon / whiskey, whatever it is.
I know. I'm playing. No,
Jeez.
hopefully nothing. Hopefully everything's all right. Let's see. Oh, it's a lot of chili.
Well, I guess folks are taking advantage of our orders because my phone is going crazy with orders. So congratulations for grabbing some of those. We have had 8 orders come through.
Nice. Thank you guys so much for that. Because I really don't want to move them with me.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I don't want to move them.
And also I will be curious down the road. We will be talking more Supercell as that builds up, and kind of curious what gear you guys would like to see us bring some branded gear that way. So definitely
Booker's is made there.
Ooh, sorry, Cigar Texan. I almost broke your Bookers out tonight, but I'm
saying it's made at Jim Beam.
Yes, I know.
Okay,
that's what I said.
Okay. No.
Nope.
Nope.
We're gonna hug it out.
No.
Okay.
Maybe later.
So no, but seriously, in all seriousness, I hope that nobody's hurt over there. So, Kelly, Bronco Santa, like I said, we're going to save some of the news towards the end, but so Bronco Santa brought us some stuff, and you didn't know everything that was coming. You got to order one thing. Do you realize that you got one?
Yeah.
One thing, but not that you've really asked for a lot for the Bronco either. It's not like.
So 2 Explore videos asked, would an ATN Bronco sticker on a used RAV4 be okay, or is that considered inappropriate? Hey, you do you.
Speaking of which, do we have any more of those ones with our name on it? Because I think they're still on the website.
I don't know.
Anyways, no, of course not, man. Who cares? Like, just tell them that's the new version coming.
Yeah. Yeah. Michael Rivas is still saying that Dave Bobblehead or Pop. I know, man. I've looked into them and they're just so expensive. They're just
But
crazy.
so I want to start off tonight, and we're going to talk about a little bit of parts that we bought for our Bronco. And I did a poll. I was curious if you guys have been buying stuff for yours. Let's see what we got so far. 65 votes in, and we'll.
Hey, Nikki Brewer, welcome in.
Release the outcome here in a little bit, but so Kelly, I want to kick this off with you. This is What?
Honest is trying to get Cigar to get Supercell to get you messed up.
Come on, man. Come on.
Allie, you might have to DD. I'm just saying.
Best thing about Supercell, we have a booth there.
Yeah.
Our Bronco can sit there if need be.
True.
And we'll get back to the silliness. But Kelly, we're going to kick off with the thing that you wanted for something that we'd had for our Jeep.
Yes.
That I think you kind of liked, right?
Yeah, you don't really realize you need it until you don't have it.
Yes. So
it's like cup holders to me, which obviously we took care of that problem with IAG, of course. And we got nothing from IAG on this. We're just letting you know that we purchased these.
Yes, all the products we're going to talk about tonight, we did actually purchase. So
we do have an Amazon link where we do get a little bit of kickback if you click on and order through the website itself. But that is the extent of what we get back from any of these products you see tonight.
Yes. But anyway, so why did you want to tell what's going on with this? Why did you need this?
So once you take the doors off, you just naturally want to kick your foot out. It sounds really strange, but once you take them off, it's just what you want to do. So got used to that in the Jeep because we have those pegs. So once we got in the Bronco, it's like, oh, I kind of want those pegs. So I'm interested. We have not done anything with them yet. So we've not put them on the truck itself. Did you bring them up? I thought they were downstairs. I think you left them downtown.
Our guest, because I'm curious about
so he's going to run down and grab them so we can actually talk about it. But so this is actually just a foot peg. Now these are $80 for 2 of them. So you do get one for each side. You can get 4. They did have the option to go ahead and get them for the back as well. We just chose to get them for the front right now to see how they work. And then that way we can go ahead and really kind of make that decision. Josh says I have a whole new build coming, so I didn't even order any more parts. So there's a whole lot of folks. Oh, nice. Valerie says, thank you, Kelly and Dave, for the info on Bronco Graveyard. We got our bracket for the trail site buggy whip. Thank you. And we're going to thank Allie for that, because Allie is the one who actually pointed us to Bronco Graveyard.
Yes.
So that way we could get them taken care of.
So we are opening this live. So go ahead, Kelly.
That's what I got.
That's all I got. Good night, everybody.
See ya. Just kidding.
All right. I'll let you do the honor since you bought these.
Woohoo! All right.
Here, we'll hide this just a minute. It's so exciting.
It is so exciting. And foot peg. I actually like that there's kind of a grip on it. It sounds weird. You wouldn't think of it, but I actually
because our last ones, our Jeep ones didn't have that.
Oh, and they're rubber. It's rubber.
Oh, are they?
Yeah. That's cool.
Oh, it is very cool. So these are one of these weird things when you don't have it, like Kelly was saying, that you're like, damn it, I can really use that. And the problem that I found, so RTR makes some of this stuff. Hold on, don't put it up just yet. RTR makes some of this stuff, and it includes in the little kit, it includes the bolts that actually go in there, and you put it into the bottom peg where the door, they mount to the same place the door does. And I'll bring this back up here so you can see. But the RTR ones were so expensive. I mean, like what, they were like $300, and
I will look them up real quick.
Something like this, we paid $79 plus shipping and all that with these
for two of
and
them.
Yes, for the fronts. We did. That's not for the 4-door. It's just for the fronts. And
I don't talked about that. You walked away.
I don't anticipate us ever needing them for the rear doors. So sorry,
we might.
Sorry, daughter.
But she tends to sit in the center.
Yes.
So
but these are heavy steel, so it's not something flimsy. Definitely solid, like Kelly was saying. These are actually the ribbed for Kelly's pleasure part of this.
Wow, really?
They're actually rubber, so that's kind of cool. And because the problem we had with our Jeep one was it was just a smooth piece of metal, and your foot would slide around in it. So how much are the RTR ones?
RTRs are $184 per set,
and they've come down.
$184.99. Yeah, because I want to say they're like $200 a set.
But there's nothing wrong with that. It's RTR. It's high end quality stuff. But
$369 for all four.
So the box comes in was pretty nice that it came in that box, and I like these a lot. And for as you see on the screen, $80 versus what was it, almost $200 for those. These are things that I just don't care about. There's certain things, like I always like to buy American quality products if I can. And I'm not saying that the IAGs are not. I don't know where they manufacture these things. I haven't seen on their website. But they're goofy little things like this. I'm just not going to throw a couple $100 at versus this, because it's something that's a light use thing. We'll have the doors off a dozen or so times a year, and we'll throw them on there when we have the doors off. And past that, it's not. Yeah, it's not a great big deal to me. So I was very they came quick.
Yeah,
which I'm very surprised at. And I believe you got these on Amazon.
Well, I actually ordered them straight from Amazon. So,
but I think they came from IAG.
Yeah, so it's IAG's website within Amazon. So that way you guys can order through Amazon. I really like, I'll be honest, I like Amazon because it's quick.
Before the pandemic, I was an eBay guy. Yeah, it's weird to be brand loyal like that, but I was like, I will do my shopping.
What's eBay?
I know, on eBay. And when the pandemic hit, Amazon was like that day, like we could get things. And so it was nice. And I appreciate all their hard workers that was, especially during that time, because I had to work out there. I didn't want to see anybody else have to do that. So, but $80 on those, very, very good price on those. And if you guys have any questions or comments about those, please let us know, because I would like to talk about those more if you are interested in doing that. And I've got to move our brand. There we go. There you go, White Knuckle. Here, move over here for a minute. But there you go, Kelly. And so after we've opened those, you're happy with that purchase?
Yeah, I'm super happy with it. I like that they're rubber. Honestly, it sounds strange, but I thought that they would be metal. So I appreciate that they're actual rubber pegged, because honestly, I didn't really read the stuff too much. So it's nice to see it. Scroll down for me.
What you looking for?
I just wanted to see if it said anything about being made.
And IAG Off-Road here on YouTube, they actually have a pretty good website where they show it how to do installation of all their parts, so which I like quite a bit. I don't see anything where they're made.
It just says 3-year limited. Oh, keep going. Nope, doesn't say.
I would guess they're probably not made in America. Is what I'm gonna guess. I'm not. I'm just assuming.
I don't know. They make a lot of their stuff here.
No, I know they do.
So I don't know. So if anybody finds out, let us know.
Yes, definitely let us know. And speaking of let us know, this next thing I wanted to talk about is
Matt Porter jumping in tonight. Hey, Matt.
What's up, buddy? Matt's not tattooing during Christmas. What's going on? The next thing I wanted to talk about was trail use stuff, and we've always had an issue. This is one of those things that
when we say he went crazy this Black Friday, we're saying he went crazy.
Daddy had some money burning a hole in his wallet. I got a little bonus at work, and needed some parts. But
so just being prepared, y'all.
Yes, one thing that we've always had an issue with is airing up and airing down on the trail. So it's not really necessarily the airing down, because we usually have
find a rock.
Well, but normally we have a gauge, and for some reason we just not have put any of that stuff in this Bronco just yet. But we have airing up is a big deal, because we have a CO2 tank that I used to use, but I've just found that the CO2 tanks are great, but they will leak a little bit of the CO2 out. And when you go and I'm ready to go on the trails, I'll go grab it. And I do get them tested, by the way. We have the people that fill it up for me. We'll test it, but it just seems like they just, no matter what, lose a little bit of pressure. And every time I go to grab the damn thing after using it once or twice, it would be almost empty. And I'm like, I can't count on that for, for the trails. And
Cigar Texas said my wife had to sit down with me about my spending.
Hey, get her into off-roading.
Agreed.
That's all I'm going to say.
100%.
But this little purchase right here, I've put this off for years, and I mean it. I've put this off for years. We had a Kelly's Nissan Xterra had an air locker in the axle of it that I never got hooked up. For one, I just never drove it, and she never reminded me that, hey,
until we were getting ready to go off-roading with it.
But this dual compressor air compressor here, the dual piston compressor here is it's the creme de la creme for this stuff. I mean, it's ARB, so ARB quality is generally second to none in off-road materials. I mean, they're founded in Australia. Those guys beat the piss out of their stuff, so they want something very, very high-end, very quality. I've seen knockoffs of this, and I'm sure this stuff is built, in Indonesia somewhere, where everything else the knockoffs are. But when ARB puts their name on it, there's a lot of things, a lot of quality pieces that they don't allow these companies to skimp on. So, and these compressors, this in here was $600 retail. That's a lot of money for something that better last 10 years plus. And so I knew that, my buddy Luke over there with Lifestyle Off-Road, we were discussing this, and he's like, yeah, I got a knockoff one. I've mounted it on my tailgate. And I was like, I'm just not the knockoff guy for it. There's certain things like the foot pegs, like I said earlier.
Josh said you should have called him.
Well, Josh, trust me. This is one thing I did save money on, because of a connection that I have through the Nissan world. But this is, I think, being the ability to air up your tires, even being on the beach, you want to air up something, your kid's balloon, your rubber ducky, whatever it is, you obviously
have not done beach days with children, have you?
I don't.
You don't air up balloons. You air up
or the beach balls,
floaties, and beach balls.
Yes, and knowing me, I would put the little arm floaties on my kid, and she'd be flying up in the air somehow. That's how I'd over pressure these things. But this is one of those multi-use things. It's expensive and it stings when you buy it. But I'm telling you, there's so many good uses for this. You can actually add a small 1-gallon tank. I mean, you could add more, but if you want to put a container in there to run air tools off of, you can actually run air tools off of this thing. You just need let it build a little bit of volume, which can be handy on the trails, or it could be handy. Say you're changing a tire, and you've got this set up in your Bronco and you're on the side of the road. Wouldn't it be nice to just have some, just throw a cheap air wrench or something in your truck? Dude, that would be freaking awesome. But this is the start of something good for this. And like I said, this one stung a little bit, even though I did get a discount on this one because of some affiliation I have with a Nissan. I'll be honest, Z1offroad.com. They're a Nissan off-road company, but
they have off-road off-road parts.
They have it, and you'll see I have their banners up here. They've always been super nice to me. And whether you have and I'll say this, and I know this is a Bronco show, if you have an Altima, whatever you have in your driveway could be a Nissan.
Anything Nissan.
They're cheaper than most Nissan dealerships for the same parts.
For sure.
Like they do anything. So I want to say thank you to Z1 for offering me a discount on this. But Kelly, this is the one thing I'm super excited about.
Yeah, and I'll be honest, I'm actually super excited about it too. I was not excited about the price of it by any means. I didn't know what he was spending until the bank locked up my card.
Oh, this bad boy's heavy.
It is.
We're gonna open it though.
So the bank locked up my card a couple of days later when we were going to buy a different Christmas present at a different store. It's like your purchase is declined, and I was like, there is enough money in the bank account. So
it's our personal bank account. There's no reason for that.
No. And I called and they were like, oh, is there a transaction from an auto parts store for $500 and something odd dollars? No. Dave, is there? Yes. Mama didn't know how expensive the thing was. Just saying.
Feel how heavy that thing is.
I don't want to. I can tell.
This bad boy is heavy. But super nice looking. All the stuff that included if you go to wire it. And speaking of wiring it,
what is our plan to wire this? Are we wiring this to the aux hero switches? Okay.
And speaking of that, Kelly, we can't do that
Lord.
without the next item up for bids.
It's not up for bids.
What?
It's not up for bid.
No. This isn't the prices right.
Josh asked if you got the digital ARB air chuck.
I do not have the digital air chuck. But let's see here. And so I need a way. This, like I said, this thing's heavy, and these are certain things that are weather. You're going to see one more thing in this that's weather related that I like to keep somewhat protected from the elements if I can. And this, obviously, it's $600. So I don't want this thing just floating out under, because some people will mount them under the trucks. There's a plethora of places you can mount these things, but I wanted to call up JCR, Kelly, and we've not bought anything from this company. I have no affiliation with this company other than I got my shipping today on this, but they sell the bracket to mount this under the hood. And I know there's a few different companies, but I kind of liked how this one was the way it sat flush. Some of them sit up and down. This one set flush, and you've not seen how we're going to mount this.
No, not at all. I just know things are coming.
Yes. I will say it's a bummer because I can fabricate things. I probably could have fabricated a way to do this, but I just don't. The older I get, I just don't want to. And for $200 on this thing, I think it was cheaper during Black Fridays when I bought this. I think it was maybe $10 more cheap, somewhere in there. Like I think it was $188 when I got it. But I like how they this mounts. It's pretty simple, as you can see here. You can see there's your little chuck to plug into the air compressors. Pretty easy to run all the wiring over to everything.
So that actually answers your question.
What's that?
TN Code Monkey was asking where you mounted it.
Yes, so this is where we will be mounting it, under the hood. I know OTC Mitchell Watts over there. He mounted his in the back of his Bronco. In the he's got the molly cage in the back of his, I believe, and he's mounted it on one of his molly racks. I just don't want that. We use the back of our Bronco. We go to a lot of softball stuff. So we need that. All that space is valuable.
And our daughter's a catcher, so she has a lot of gear that goes with her. So we need all the room that we can take.
So that room is valuable to me. But as you can see here, it is mounted in there. It's pretty nice. There is the bracket itself, which seems simple enough. But once again, I like.
So I'll be interested to see how this mounts then.
No drilling, as far as I know, nothing like that. It just all works together. So I'm very excited by that because once again, that was the bummer. You spend $600 on an air compressor,
and then you have to spend $200.
Yeah, and then you got to spend $200 more on the damn mount. So what are you giggling about?
502 Bourbon Cruise comment.
I'm making an entrance at Supercell this time, Dave. ATN shirt tied in a knot over my belly button, frayed jean shorts, going a cartwheel right into your booth.
Oh my God, I can see it. I can see it. Is the hilarious part. This does not surprise me.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with Wham. Let me pull this off there. As we'll wrap this one down. But there are other companies that do this. I did think I saw one that was a little bit cheaper, but I just didn't like how it seemed like it really had to get into detail to make it work in there.
Mhm.
And I don't like, honestly, electronics and me, I don't like doing it anyways.
He doesn't at all.
I will do
I'll
it.
tackle most anything.
And you'll probably see a video of me and Kelly fighting over how to install this.
Probably.
But it's not that I can't. I'm always scared that I'm not going to have something grounded properly, and then I burn this $600, pump up, or somehow I would burn this mount.
It's
down.
somewhat foolproof, is the thing. Is once you plug things up.
I know, but somehow I would plug this thing in, and somehow that mount suddenly melts, and I'm like, what the f did I just do here, man? How does one? Or I'll plug it in, and the Jeep will burn down.
Yeah,
like it'll just like
it'll be something else.
That would be insurance.
Hey,
I'm playing.
Don't.
I'm playing.
Wow.
But JCR, I want to pull them back up real quick because they have all kinds of stuff, and I've not really talked about these guys a lot. But one thing I would like to have that they do are these tube doors. Now, tube doors are stupid expensive if you think about what you get for them.
Oh, they're bare metal for $791.
Well, it's not. I think it's $20 more for powder coating. It's not much. But
40.
Tube doors are one of those
pair.
things. Yeah, I know. That's $800 for the fronts, and it's like $800 for the rears.
Oh, buddy, go to 4.
What?
Yeah. Oh, so it's each. So it doesn't have. No, it's 600 and 800. That's $1,400.
But tube doors are one of those things that if you have children, like it doesn't bother me running down the highway. We ran 20 miles from Smyrna that time all the way here in the dark. I mean, on the highway, on the interstate, no doors on. It was cold. I do remember it was chilly that night, but that doesn't bother me. And now I think for safety, I think you should run tube doors if you're going to be on the highway like that. We just clearly nobody was making them just yet. But these look really nice. I like the Ford ones as well, but Ford thinks an awful lot of theirs. The only thing I do not like about this, and it's all these companies. If you look right here, I don't think I can zoom in. All these companies are branding their damn name all over everything.
There's a reason for that, sir.
I know, but I didn't buy. There's certain parts like this. I understand if you get a big bumper or something like that. The tube doors, I could care less whose tube doors they are. This is one of those things I'm going to look for a little bit cheaper. And no, and I know they do. They want their name out there, but
just playing devil's advocate.
I think if you make a good quality product and people put it on their car, 9 times out of 10, if you're buying this stuff, you're probably an enthusiast and you're going to brag about the parts. So I've heard it, and I've seen it on forums. A lot of people complain on forums. Luke gets a little bit because he has the LO on his.
Yeah, and then he tells them they can take they don't have to put the logo in.
Right. For a fee. And there's a lot of companies that do this, hardcore and all these, they just blatantly just put it out there, four-wheel parts, and which honestly, I'm not a big four-wheel parts guy, but I actually like their front bumper and would have considered that at one point, but I didn't want their big skid plate that screams four-wheel parts. So anyways, but I really
feel, Dave.
I do like tube doors are one of these things that I like, and they offer a few more things.
For the record, these were not on the Black Friday purchase list.
No, these were not. Let's see. They, like I said, I think Mitchell has something like this where he's mounted his pump to it on the interior, and you have a wiring here for one of your hero switches, or not hero switches, but whatever the little toggle switches up there. But I actually looked at this today, but I think it's a little bit expensive for it. Really is basically just that.
Yeah, no,
you still have to buy the rubber strap for that. And trust me, I can make this. But if you can't, they make something for everybody. But I think a fire extinguisher, especially if you off-road, you should probably have a fire extinguisher in your vehicles at all times.
100%.
I've seen people trying to air their tires. You get a flat tire, breaks a bead, you spray the starter fluid in there and whatever, try to get it to seed back that way. And I've seen just stupid people catch things on fire. So, and I live in
and he does not recommend that.
No, I live in a redneck world though. So redneck world, probably should be prepared. I was a Boy Scout too. So
I don't know.
I was a Boy Scout.
I don't know.
Mm,
I don't know if
jeez.
we consider your time as a Boy Scout a Boy Scout.
Wow.
Just saying.
When did I become
What else you got over there?
When did I become who's the dude from Wedding Crashers with the weird nose?
Owen Wilson?
Yeah. When did I become? I'm like, wow.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know when you did.
I get real sensitive here. We'll just be real sensitive and oh wow. Anyways, so
What did this become? All Movie Nation?
yeah, suddenly. So let's see. Next part of the ARB compressor, you gotta have the pump kit, man. So this, I don't think I have it up, and it really doesn't need to be up. But
Yes,
this is a little kit that nice little hose. It's got the fittings for their stuff, little chuck on the end. Comes a little box of their stuff. I believe this was 60, 70 bucks. I don't even remember exactly. But I recommend using their stuff because for one, you're getting all the proper plugs that use theirs, and I don't think anything's out of the ordinary crazy that they to hook up to that. But I thought, man, that'll fit nice. We'll get a little bag for it. That'll be nice in the Bronco cooler, as they call it. Will fit perfectly in there, and you can be cool with your air compressor.
Wow.
Tube hose.
Wow. You just be cool. Really?
Oh wow.
Wow.
Golly,
Golly.
Kelly, is there something that you've been looking for your Bronco? I'm not pulling any surprises out. I'm guess what? Turn around. Suddenly Sydney's like pushing out a new rear bumper or something.
Nope.
Is there something like for you as far as the build of that you're like we're kind of missing? Now for me, the rear bumper, I would like to put a metal rear bumper on this thing.
I don't know. There's nothing I can really think of off the top of my head that right now.
Yeah.
I mean, we talked about this a couple weeks ago. You put me on the spot like this a couple weeks ago.
I know. And I do understand like
Black Friday. What did you do on Black Friday? What did you big purchase on Black Friday also locked our card down?
I'm trying to get to that. Oh wow. So there it is.
What else did you buy on Black Friday?
We've got some brand new BF Goodrich KM3.
Tell him what he's won. Some brand new BFG.
Well, Johnny, let me tell you about these. They are 35-inch by 12 and a half 17s fitted to a crisp Ford Bronco factory wheel. As you can see, we've went with the black tires because they offer no other colors in the rubber tires. So
really,
yes, you can only get a black tire.
Black tire.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we'll get them dirty. They'll be tan and green and whatever else we drive through. But so this is something I've talked about on the show many times. Mm-hmm. This is no secret. Honestly, we've talked about replacing these things for quite a while, but the factory Goodyears that they put on this thing, I don't think they're a horrible tire. Mm-mm. I don't think they're a great tire. And for you guys, wear them out, run them till they're worn out at roughly 15,000 miles. You could tell there a little bit of life was
they're a little soft,
a little taken soft, and lost a little bit of rubber. Mm-hmm. But that's to be expected. You get into starting getting aggressive tires, 20,000-30,000 miles, you're going to be like, shit, it's about time for tires. But those tires picked up rocks like crazy. The day we got this thing, I'll never forget. Well, like maybe a day or two later, we took it through the water where we were splashing going over the bridge, and we were going down that gravel road, and you could hear it just clink, 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 and it's just breaking my heart because it's a brand new $54,000 Bronco, and we're beating the paint up.
Yeah,
and which is if you see the wrap, there's a reason for that black wrap like that,
and exactly where it is.
Yes, it's to try to protect the paint.
Very strategic.
And I'm not a mud flap guy. I've never asked you about that. How are you on those mud flaps? Would that be something you can do?
So I don't mind some of the newer model of mud flaps that I'm starting to see come out, that they're a little more they're like rock blocks or something. I can't remember the actual brand on them right now, but they're a little more friendly aesthetically. So
like Smurfs?
Yes.
They're gonna sing a song to you?
For sure. So what they do is they actually, will they be able to see my mouse? They actually just kind of come down just a little bit. So it's just enough to
Well-
protect, and they do it on the front too.
Well, they'd be on the back of the tire.
Well, but the point is that you
Yes.
get it. It comes down
Yes.
just a little bit more aesthetically. It's not. I'm
But
wondering where it goes on the back of the
Unless
tire,
I'm in a
sir.
pack of other
Did
Broncos.
you really? Did you really just dumb me down?
No, I didn't dumb you down.
Yeah, you did.
I didn't know if you thought they made some front cover or something.
No, I'm trying to show you.
Okay.
This is how it would be on the front tire. So they're a
Yes.
little more.
Yes.
They're a little more aesthetically pleasing.
And some of them, they've had times with the rock sliders that you get, like, the upper trims get the rock sliders. Some of them are having a hard time. You got somebody had to cut their rock slider. I think they took about a half inch or so off of it because they couldn't get the way they mounted in the interior of behind the wheel there. It was just didn't look good. And it may be the Ford ones that they do it, but I'm not big on mud flaps, honestly. The back ones, I don't dislike the back ones because I could see, especially if we get a travel trailer of some sort.
Yeah,
you don't want to be throwing rocks into your travel trailer all the time. So I get that. But back to the tires, the Goodyears, the tread pattern on those Wrangler MTs they're aggressive. I will say gripping, you can hear going around a corner. You could hear those tires grabbing the road.
Yes.
And peeling themselves off the road. Like for that, great. But for any honestly normal use, I just would not recommend those. And those come in, they are on the new Hummer EVs. They're putting them on the Broncos. They're on the TRX. I think they're on one other thing.
Man, what kind of deal was offered for those?
Right. And I just would, if I had a TRX, we'd take them. We would go put decent 35s on it. But my goal for these tires, these are still 35s. They're instead of the 315s, they're a 35. So it's a little bit wider tire than what was on it. It was like 11 and a quarter, 11 and a half, something like that. And these are 12 and a half. But the goal is to get 37s on this thing. But I haven't decided the lift just yet. And you guys, past couple shows, I've kind of talked about this. And I have a small
anytime soon for those 37s.
No. Well, no, we'll wear these out. These about 10,000 miles, they'll be gone. I'm playing. But yes, this was the big purchase of the Bronco, and I was a little nervous with you because you were a little wishy-washy on these. Like you were like, I don't know, because you've always had the KO2s.
I'm a KO2 girl.
You had the KOs originally, but the KO2s. But we're still in the BF Goodrich family.
Yes.
And I was a little nervous bringing this home because I was like, I don't need the scorn of Kelly. That look that
wow
of just the disgust of like, did he really do this? But I think you actually
they're similar enough.
You were pretty impressed with these tires, though, right?
Yeah, they're similar enough to the KO2s. My biggest thing and the reason why I became such a fan of the KO2s is because I had seen so many people blow out their sidewall on rocks that they shouldn't have blown out sidewalls on when we've wheeled with them. And so the last thing I wanted was for us to be on a trail and blow out a sidewall because we didn't have sidewall protection. So I got very accustomed to the KO2s where they were very good to me. Mm-hmm. So you become brand loyal. So he assured me that these will also give us some
mad protection. But in there, it's a little more aggressive tire than you've ever ran before.
Yes.
I had the KM2s on my Xterra, the one that I had. And I've just liked these tires. These, it's a true MT tire. These are, especially if we start getting more aggressive rock crawling with this thing and stuff, I think we'll be pretty pleased with these tires. And tires are one of those things, and I don't want to beat people up about it, but tires are one of these things that everybody, like Kelly just said a minute ago, she's been very, this is the tire I've always run. Yeah. I don't want to deviate.
Yeah.
And I totally get why that is. And, we're standing big at Goodrich because I think they're the best tire for the money. And I was looking at Nittos, but I just could not bring myself to
jump ship.
Yeah. Kelly, what do we got here?
YouTube Car Spotters Guide. Thank you so much for being a member for 10 months.
We have a year, I believe. I believe Airplane Mike has now been a year.
Wow. That's crazy.
Member. He was our very first member.
We got to figure something out for our year beast.
I know. I was looking at that little thing we talked about. I just can't bring myself to buy.
We'll get there.
Yeah, no, but we'll do something.
We'll figure it out. I found some other ones.
Okay.
So we'll get it. We'll get it figured out.
We're trying to find something unique to do.
Be on the lookout because I'm going to create a form so you all can send me your addresses again so we can get an updated sheet.
Us and Google did not get along, and
somehow Google
ran
it away.
We weren't even talking any COVIDs or any presidential stuff, and they still deleted our
Yeah,
stuff.
they deleted it from our pile.
That's right. Damn Google's.
Files. Yeah, Matt. I can get a hold of Nikki if you guys don't link up. Just let me know. We can get you hooked up because they're talking about IAG.
Oh, okay. But and Josh was saying I needed to call him or talk to him about some of these parts, huh?
Yeah.
Well, we'll discuss. We'll bring Josh on and we'll all discuss that. How about that?
Cigar Texan says nostalgia wants me to buy Mickey Thompson's. We've never actually run Mickey Thompson's.
I've just honestly, Mickey Thompson's always seemed. I mean, they make a good off-road tire, but no, I always felt like they were kind of a cheap tire. Yeah. I don't know why. I don't. I have no reason to why I think that, but in my head, they're just kind of a me. But no, and it's all about look. I think we'll show this one more time. I think that this has changed the look quite a bit for the Bronco, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I look at it, I'm like, oh, she's pretty. Oh, she's mine.
She does need a little more lift though. Does need just this maybe an inch and a half. How about that?
We'll see.
Okay.
We'll see.
Okay. All right. So there is what have you guys did you guys get any deals? Did you find anything? Put it in the comments. Let us know if you guys have questions or comments.
Was that quote unquote all you bought on Black Friday?
I think so. I didn't go too nuts. I don't think. You're looking at me like
no, I'm trying to think. I feel like there's something else that you bought on Black Friday for the truck. I don't know. Well, if so, we'll show you next week.
Yeah,
if we come across it.
There you go. But have you guys let us know in the comments, did you take part in any deals on Black Friday? Because I will say there was a bunch of good deals out there. Everybody had deals. Let's see. What you got?
Jules B says, took a break on getting parts for my day one first edition, focused on my 74 at the moment.
Hey, 1974.
The more time goes by, the more I'm totally cool with it. Looks like the ones I've seen are trying too hard.
So, there's definitely some mall crawlers out there, which is if that's what they want. I used to be that guy that would like just bitch and moan about mall crawlers.
Yeah.
And I just have to not care. Like if that's how you envision your just like somebody probably doesn't like BF Goodrich in the thing tonight, and they're probably like, oh, I think those look like shit. Well, we strive to make our vehicle our own personality.
Bim Joker asked, are you going to paint those beauty rings black?
No, I don't think so.
I'm glad the answer's no.
Well, part of the problem, if I were to do anything, I would just bedline them because you can do a spray bedliner on there, and but it's gonna get nicked up.
Yeah.
We go through a lot of rocky terrain when we get a chance to, and I bought some brand new level 8 wheels for my Nissan Frontier I used to have.
True story.
I got these used. I got 4 of them used, and then I bought a 5th one brand new. Went to one off-road trip with them. Just scratched the piss out of these things. And after that, I was like, you know what? Eventually, we'll put wheels on this thing, but I'm going to buy wheels that I know. I'm not buying $300 or $400 piece wheels. I'm going to buy something that I know is going to get beat up. But I actually for right now, I do like the look of the factory wheels. I think they look good. I think a bronze, like a dark bronze wheel would look good with a red. But what?
You walk away from my Rebecca with your bronze.
No, I got my own projects coming up. Rebecca ain't gonna get no money to spend on her when that one comes around.
Oh, is that so? What if Mama spends Rebecca money?
What's that?
What if Mama spends Rebecca money?
Allie, am I still number 1? Ranger Raptor.
You're not wearing the shirt tonight.
Well, that was we've got a dryer issue that we.
Oh yeah, so day in the life of Kelly and Dave over here. Our dryer blew the belt last night.
A couple months ago. Now washer and dryers. I know this is Bronco talk. Washer and dryers are not built to last. We've had these like 6 years. The washer died, so we had to go replace that. And
I tried everything to fix it without having to.
She did do that,
but it ended up being a motor that was going to cost us like $300. And why put $300 into a 5-year-old washer? So we decided to buy a new one.
And now it looks like we might be buying a dryer. Damn it.
I'm going to try to fix it.
Okay.
I'm going to try to fix it. I've got the belt on order. It should be here tomorrow. So you know where I'll be tomorrow night.
Give her the old belt, huh?
So you know where I'll be tomorrow. Is taking apart the
You've been a
the
bad
dryer. I'll be taking apart the dryer tomorrow. So if you're looking for me, that's where I will be in the
Well.
laundry room taking apart the dryer.
Kelly, have they bought any parts?
Hey, Terrence Mooney.
What's up, Terrence Mooney?
Welcome in, sir.
Hopefully you're enjoying that Bronco.
Matt Porter says, I gave Tyler at Bronkbuster my wallet on Black Friday.
Oh, I'm sure he greatly appreciates that.
Yes, and I'd be curious to know what you ordered.
And speaking of which, Tyler is starting I want to say this because Tyler was nice enough to be on the show last week. On Tuesdays, he's trying to do a live stream. I believe Central Time Zone at 7, but if you go over to Bronkbuster, I know he's been putting it all over the forums and Facebook groups. So check him out. He's going to have some really big guests, man. I'm very impressed.
Bronco78 says, I did get me a GoPro so I can experiment with taking more videos of my adventures.
Nice.
Very cool.
That's a GoPro, man. It's a nice purchase, $300 to $400. It's expensive, but mine's right back
he
there.
said, be good if I can figure this thing out, though.
I don't use mine as much as I would like.
The app is your best friend, though, when it comes to that. Like, I used it when we went to Ladies Off Rodeo.
Well,
and
she claims she used it.
Hey, I used it. You didn't look at the footage.
I did too.
Did not. Bird Dog Overland says, wow, that look from Kelly. When you said you wanted to put bronze on my truck.
See?
That's what happens.
Speaking of which, we got to change the oil on that thing.
Yeah, we do have to. We're way over.
Not way over, but it's time.
I don't know what we're at.
According to the manual, every 10,000.
It's supposed to tell you. Hold on. Let's see what it says. It actually is supposed to tell you. Or it tells you. Shut up.
Shut up. Misa. When you Jar Jar Binks all of a sudden?
Orders still coming in. Don't forget, guys, t-shirts are all 50% off.
That stops tonight, too. So. Oh, we'll leave it for a day in case anybody rewatches this.
You don't just.
What we got?
30% left in our oil, so we need to get to it.
Which I don't. So we'll show this real quick. So if you haven't got yours just yet, sorry. So this is a nice little feature. Gives you a estimated distance left. 30%. We've noticed the app can be a little wonky. It bases it on use. Like if you do a lot of hard driving, I think the computer's like, hey, let's change that.
And I have not done a ton of hard driving.
No, not at all. But no, I have to say I've been very impressed with Ford's app on this thing. What else is going on, Kelly, before we break into some news?
Looking it over. Mobile said did their third oil change this weekend.
Nice.
Matt said ordered a 3-inch body lift, all the bumper reloads, the adaptive cruise reload, and the rock slide engineering sliders.
Matt, I got to hook up with you for a tattoo, buddy.
Yes. We need to make a trip out of it.
I know.
And while we're at it, we need to see 502 Bourbon Crew because they're all within the same area.
know. Well, we'll get them to come up and we'll all get like shit faced and then we'll go see Matt.
Yeah.
And I won't feel anything.
But then Matt will be like, you're not under the influence of alcohol, right?
I don't do people that could potentially get sick in my shop.
Right. Van the Man says, per the service department at my dealership, you should change the oil at 5K regardless of what the Ford Pass tells you.
It's in the manual though. It's not. If you pull out your little PDF of this, I believe it's every 10K. Now I'll go about 8. I'll kind of split the difference with them, but no, I tend to run Mobile One. I try to run really good oil too. I'm not just putting anything in there.
Wild Raptor 23 says, my Black Friday buying has got me thinking, which family member needs Bronco accessories?
Oh man.
So we're at, let's see how many miles we're at. We just closed it out.
We're at 15 something.
15 something. Remember, I work.
We've had the thing serviced once.
15.6. Yeah, we've already had it oil changed before.
Cigar Texan says he does every 7K. Ali Dubois says 7K as well.
Yeah.
Matt says, "Hey, I need to get shit faced too." Wait, I don't want you tattooing me in your. It'd be my first one, Matt.
It'll be mine too.
I have a whole.
Yeah, but you gotta figure it out.
No, I know, but that's why I want to talk with Matt. We'll do the typey things and we'll be fine.
Do the typey things. Mine, I want real.
I know gentle. What you want.
Yeah.
Real gentle.
Yeah.
Like be gentle.
No.
Is this something for the bedroom? What does that mean?
No, I wanted to say just breathe.
Oh, I thought you said real gentle.
No, I want it to be real dainty.
This is a family show.
I think I need to lose like 60 pounds or so to get some of my arm junkie back.
Yeah.
But I want just breathe on my wrist. Anyway, bye, Dirk. Thanks for joining.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
I know you have early morning days.
Along with Nurse AJ, which I haven't seen in here, and I bet she's just sleeping.
She probably with her champagne or with her wine.
That's right.
I'm looking back.
Guys, we've had 100 or so people in this stream and only 75 likes. Don't forget to smash that like button for us.
Mobile says he bought propane at $1.90 a gallon on
Did
Black
you
Friday.
buy propane and propane accessories? Come on, that was from last week, guys. There was homework.
I'm looking to see if there's anything we missed.
Nikki Brewer giving us the thumbs up for something.
No, it's for getting Matt and Nikki together.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but you messed it me all up.
Oh, wait. Jason says I'm going right here. All right, you're gonna need to go back to yours.
Yes, sir.
Jason K, I'm going full PPF when I get my Bronco mud flaps. Look awkward in my opinion. I think they do too, Jason. Our goal was to do PPF, but during it was just stupid expensive. And I mention this every once in a while. I'm not mentioning this because we're money hungry people, but YouTube cut our revenue in half last January, and so it killed that budget of getting PPF on the thing. So that's right.
Christina said I need to go all tattoos. Someone needs to convince me. I just want one. Just one. It took me a long time to even get to that point. Yeah. Like I never wanted a tattoo until this past fall.
Oh, wait.
Oh, I was trying to hide it.
There we go. Damn it, stop touching things.
I'm done. You told me I'm the producer.
Jessica says I am a tattoo virgin too.
Yay.
Well, Madonna had a song about that. I'm a tattoo virgin.
I'm gonna drink up because I can't even with you.
Oh man, I've wanted it since I was young. There's a couple things I've wanted, but I've never been able to go. You know what? That's the permanent thing I need on me. But I've got a couple things with some.
Van the Man says everyone starts with just one. I've heard that. I have heard that.
I want to start with 2. How about that? You heard that, Matt?
No, you're gonna do. It's not gonna be 2. Or are you doing 2 different arms?
Let's get one going. Anyways, all right. So let's bring up some news, and I hope you did not X out all my news.
I didn't close anything out.
Okay, there we go. So there was a few things.
Remember, you took the mouse away.
Oh, I know. Just making sure. So there's a few things. If you got I want to start with over here at Bronco 6G.
Yeah, Cigar Texan. We don't tend to find many tattoos that we like. We literally there's just a few things.
What's that?
He said he's not a huge fan of, or he doesn't like tattoos, but love you all.
Oh. Let's see. So Rick Ashley over at Bronco 6G, which I don't really think that's his name. I don't think he's gonna
Rick Astley
give up on love. But this is I've seen this reported separately, but it looks like the screen for the heater knobs are coming back, Kelly. They the Havoc dials are going to get their little indicators back. This was taken within map, as he says. This is not the Stig, but the Stig's hairdresser's cousin that snapped this photo of the 23s being built. As you can see, that's really good news. Let's see, as you can see there, you can tell it's brand new. But there is the dial, which is really good news. It's something that I know a lot of people were pissed about when they got their 22s, especially early 22s. They're like, man, and I agree. I like that feature. I like it a lot. Now, our Jeep has that feature in the screen, like what Ford converted to. But I like that feature quite a bit in ours, and I was kind of happy to see that coming back. What's your thoughts on that?
I'll be honest. I was annoyed for people that didn't have it. I was excited about it that we still had it, and I was sad for those that didn't. I don't know why. It's like once you give somebody something and then you go, oh, never mind, you can't. The next person can't have that. It just it kind of hurts my heart. Yeah, kind of hurts my heart.
Well, I think this was early on, or in 21. This was one of those things they were having trouble fulfilling.
Yeah,
and because I'd heard it was the HVAC controls they were having trouble with, and so that's a good news. Now, there was, I want to pull this
now, like Devin Heritage said, is the temp on the dials really that big of a deal as they're making it? It's not a huge deal, but like I said, once you get it, once you have it, you kind of go, oh, yeah, I would kind of miss it.
But there is, I was researching this over here on Bronco 6G once again. This guy's found a way to have it
Oh.
bought the part and installed it himself. And as you can see, he's got it going again. I do believe he said he had to take it to the dealership and have them flash it.
Module may need to be flashed. Heated
Yes.
seats aren't working.
But maybe he didn't have the heated seats. That'd be a I mean, I see him there, but wouldn't that be kind of funny? You're like, why are my heated seats? Sir, you didn't get one with heated seats. Sorry.
Maybe it says in the bill. Go up.
We can't get more up.
Badlands with mid package. So
Okay.
he's got heated
Yeah,
seats.
so he had them. But I'm happy if you want those. It might be an easy, I'm sure that's a few $100s at minimum.
Yeah,
for
at
that.
least.
But if it was that important to you, wasn't that important to us? I mean, I wouldn't have went out of my way to want to install that. But I did think that was kind of cool that you're starting. That's the thing with new vehicles. You don't see it early on, but innovation will start kicking in with these vehicles, and people will find ways of going around the system, figuring out ways to they want an option that they couldn't afford at the time.
For sure.
They'll figure it out. And I tip my hat to you for being
I almost
innovative.
feel like there's some former Nissan owners in some of these.
Oh no, there's definitely some Nissan owners.
I mean, honestly, we know a lot of former Nissan owners that have jumped to Bronco because Nissan didn't bring anything.
But it's not real till Bronco Nation says it's real. And over here, hot news. Well, it looks like it's only about 78-degree news.
That's kind of hot.
Well, it's warm news.
I mean,
if you said high,
what's
it would be hot.
subjective?
It would be hot news.
Right now in Tennessee, that would be hot.
Yes, that would be hot. But Laura over there, who we lovely think of the world of Laura, she's a very nice lady. She describes it here in the article about, they were having some chip issues. And, in December of 21, Ford CEO said that he believed the shortage would ease by 23, but I'm still hearing 24.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still hearing another year of this BS. But anyways, it breaks it down a little bit. I thought it was nice to be able to have another source. Obviously, you guys know how I feel about they're basically Ford. So I don't want to get into that rant, but having them bring the news out and be like, basically confirming what the person at Bronco 6G who might work at MAP says, I think that is good news.
Cigar Texan says, I really want AC seats. I do as well. I don't know why I want them other than in the test vehicles we've driven. It's really nice.
So you take those seats out. All right.
Tell me.
Stick with me.
How are we going to do this?
You guys, you got to stick with me on this one. So you got to pull those seats out of that thing. We're going to get this.
I know how this goes.
And
I've been married to him for too long.
Set those seats aside. Now we're going to go to a pet store. And we're going to go looking at hamsters. Sometimes little white mice would work for this. But hamsters a little more girth to them. They're a little more bulked up. It's hot, you want those little hamsters. You go get one of them little running wheels. And you put under that seat. Now, you're going to have to mount it down pretty good. You're going to have to throw some food down there every once in a while, but it's going to work out.
Jesus, you're going Southern.
But you put that seat back over there. You throw a couple of those little pellets that those things eat. I don't know what they are. Mouse droppings. I don't know. Something, whatever they eat. And you're cruising down the road. Man, my booty's a little warm.
You've already taken the chair out.
Well, I haven't. No, we already put it back in.
You didn't say that.
But so, man, it's a little warm in here, Kelly. All right, let's stop it. We ran out of pellets. Let's go to the pet store. Now you're helping America because you're buying local. So that's good. Sometimes these little things pass away. They have a little short lifespan. So you get them back. You got to refresh that. They spin that wheel. Your booty's cool. All right with the world, Kelly. That's all I'm going to say.
How is the butt cold or cooled?
Because they're spinning the little wheel that's got fans on it. They're perforated and they'll throw a little cool air your way. I guarantee you, when we test drove that Grand Wagoneer, there was little hamsters under those.
Not hamsters. There were not hamsters under $109,000.
Well, okay, like Mobile said, they were probably guinea pigs.
Golly.
They're probably guinea pigs. Okay, jeez,
y'all.
I'm just saying that's how I'd fix that problem. I'm just saying. If you want, I guarantee you, when my Ranger Raptor shows up and it has cooled seats, we'll find under that. You'll find a little hamster under there.
You don't get cooled seats when you don't even want cooled seats.
Who said I didn't want them?
You told me. What's the point of cooled seats?
Cool ass. Oh man, it's a good night. It is a good night.
Right. I'm wondering too, Nikki. I'm like, that's where we landed. And I've been married to this guy for 15 years, almost 16.
Almost 16.
Golly.
No. Let's see. There was something else I wanted to bring up. Entertain our guest, Kelly.
You know what I want to bring up?
What do you want to bring up?
Those pictures that have been floating around about that poor vehicle.
Oh, I did see.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I can find it over here.
And we don't really have an update on our friend that we helped pull out of Michigan Bronco Club, but just know that they're still working on it, and we will keep you updated when we have an update.
Ugh.
Just keep going.
Well, it was over here.
No, I just meant past that tattoo.
No, I know.
No offense if that was your tattoo.
Yes. Where is it? So one burnt. We saw one the other day that burnt.
Yeah, heated steering wheel would be nice too.
That
you don't realize how much you love it until you don't have one.
Things that just piss me off about the way they packaged. Like I love their heated seats are amazing, just like they are in the Jeep. But yeah, no.
This one, wait, I just saw it.
But no, the ones that are having the steering wheel makes no sense to me. Why you can't have that? So, all right, Kelly, you wanted to bring this up. What do you kind of want to talk about? Let me pull the picture up here.
Yeah, so I haven't done too much looking into this to know kind of what any more updates were on this, but this is actually the post that I saw that a buddy of his slammed on his brake. Right, slammed on his brakes, missed a deer, and 7 miles down the road, the ABS locked up the brakes, burst the brake line, and then shorted out and started a fire on it. 2 occupants apparently made it out before the fire reached the cab unharmed. So super sad situation regardless of how it all happened, because this beautiful Bronco was up in flames. I don't know if you all have seen this or know any more about it, but this is the extent of what I know about it, other than people were questioning if that's really kind of how it all happened.
I've never heard of somebody. Now, there's been all kinds of little quirks about this thing. So I'm not going to say, I don't, first off, the reasons given, I had to slam on my brake to miss a deer, and 7 miles down the road, the ABS locked up and the brakes burst. The brake lines basically burst, and that's a lot of things to happen to cause a fire. Now, am I suggesting maybe this person set their vehicle on fire? No, I'm not suggesting that, but it just seems like a lot of,
I mean, it's possible.
Yeah, anything's possible, but it just seems like a lot of little things just had to happen for this to happen. Now, if it looks like, from best I can tell, that it maybe happened on the passenger side. I don't have any pictures to prove otherwise, because I still see the glass over here. You can see a lot of, these are aluminum doors, by the way, so they just melt away in a fire. But I don't know where the ABS module is in this thing. That's one of those things I just have not paid attention to. One of you guys, I'm sure Mobile knows in this thing. But yeah, this is kind of a bummer for these people, man. And obviously, it looks like it's a Area 51, as best I can tell. And now it's a shadow black,
or it's an eruption green.
Yes.
I can't really tell. It's one of the two.
But it looks like it was a Outer Banks, because the fenders are painted there, and now it's no more. And I can't believe somebody there's not vultures. I'm sure there are in this.
Oh, people were actually like, how about that MIC top, like, in the comments section?
Who's going to buy that?
Somebody was asking about it.
People are silly, man. I mean, how about the steering wheel here? I mean, I'm sure that one button works.
Mobile says, I believe the ABS module is on the driver's mid fender, at least in his 2.3.
Yeah. I can't imagine. That's not one of those things I can imagine they're throwing all over the place.
That's a good question, Jessica. Did they get an alert on their Ford app? That would be interesting to know if they got some kind of notice.
And you've been covered. I have paid zero attention to this because I just didn't have a lot of faith in the reasoning behind it. But either way, there is a burnt up Bronco in Iowa, and that's a bummer. But once again, we're glad that everybody's okay. I almost, and I don't see any light bars or anything on there, but I almost feel like maybe somebody at some point was tinkering with something under a hood to cause a short.
That's what somebody mentioned, is that how do
And-
we know that there was an
Yes.
aftermarket something?
Yes, and that once again, remember how Dave doesn't like to work on electronics? I could burn down the neighbor's house 4 houses down somehow from my house. I don't know. Till we know more, it's all speculation at this point. But I'm just happy that the people are okay.
Josh says there's your heated steering wheel.
Ooh,
Wow.
Where there you go. There you go, Josh. And Bird Dog Overland had to jump on that as well. There you go. And Matt says now a fire extinguisher is one of my next purchases. I'm telling you, for an off-road vehicle, it's play some Doors in there. This girl is on
Don't go any further than that. Get demonetized.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of corny jokes we can go there.
Oh, they're talking about just letting him hit the deer.
Oh yeah. But it's just the excuse given. I want to kind of give it on that again. And once again, I don't know anybody in this. I don't know any reason to doubt this.
No.
I just, in my head, it doesn't make sense. Been around the world a little bit, and that one just doesn't make sense to me. Had to slam on my brakes to miss a deer. And the ABS locked up the brakes and burst a brake line, and then
I already read
shorted out. I know, I'm just repeating. Shorted out. I'm trying to, in my head, process how this happened. Shorted out and started on fire.
Trying to see if I can find the post in there to see if there's any updates.
I had to leave this group because they were a little nasty.
I'm still in it.
I could not post anything in there because they just, like a bunch of assholes, would rip you up.
They're the ones that kept calling you clickbait and all this other stuff.
No, I'm clickbait because I use brightly colored words.
Yeah.
So Nick says, yeah, I'll stay with my 1970 Bronco. Well, you could always lose I don't know if it's still carbureted, but you could always lose a line, spray something in the, some fuel in the improper place and catch fire.
Okay, so the post is still there. Let me see if there's anything important.
Kelly's working on those hard hitting facts. I'm curious here. Let's glance real quick. Somebody said brake fluid would have to hit the exhaust. I mean, you would have to be. I don't buy that. Somebody said I hit a deer the other day and my Bronco didn't burn down. I guess I shouldn't hit it. Seriously, glad everyone's okay. A lot of
Cigar Texan said he hit a deer.
Did you really? Hopefully you took care of that deer and took the rest to the processor. Let's see. Sorry, because I wasn't prepared for this from Kelly. I'm
sorry, I threw him off.
Glancing.
I only really just glanced at it, and people are like, "I see a new Bronco trailer project in the works."
No way! Let that thing go to the salvage yard. Did you see? So there was a Ford. It was a Ford guy out at the proving grounds where they were testing Broncos.
Yeah.
And they were doing a chase truck for some of their trophy truck stuff that was going to Baja.
Mm-hmm.
And so they took the back of a Bronco and made a little trailer out of it because it's a chase truck. They need their tools with them. They need to be ability to go if the Bronco breaks, I think there was a Bronco and a Raptor, but I think they were tagging with the Bronco. But people were so bitching this guy out. Now he's a Ford employee, and they were bitching this guy out. I can't even get a Bronco, and this guy's already cut one up. Now what he cut up was a test vehicle that they cannot sell to anybody. But the nerve of some people, I get it, man. We waited, but we didn't wait as long as like John Winningham and stuff. But I get it. But I just
night, Josh. Thanks for joining.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. All right, Josh, we got to touch base, man. But what are you doing? Sorry.
No, I was half listening to what you said.
My son hit one. Bronco 78 says his son hit a deer the other day. They're out right now. I saw.
Yes.
I had a dozen walk out in front of me this morning. Yeah, I was lucky. I was going through a subdivision.
That's good. So you were going slow.
90 miles an hour. I'm kidding. Let's see.
Can't even with you
guys. Don't forget to smash the like button for us, please.
We're close. 85.
I know. Appreciate that. And once again, thank you, Andrea, for that super chat. We greatly appreciate that. Let's see. Albert, damn it. There's Allie. Allie says probably had a Focus VIN. People don't get that they cannot be sold. That is true, man. When I worked for Nissan, we would build new production vehicles. They would run a few down the lines. I've kind of told the story before, but if you're new, so we would do
repeat
a testing of a new model. So at the time we were working on the Pathfinder, a new Pathfinder. So we would build one a day. For every day we'd build one. They'd make sure all the gaps and everything, all the welds look good, quality looks good, and generally there'll be little things that they're like, we could never have sold this vehicle. So they go and change the computer programming. In a week or two later, we might build 3 a day, and they start looking at those and they're like, oh, cool. But what people don't realize is these are drivable vehicles. They have a VIN. Everything about that vehicle could be sold if they could sell it, but no, they just take them right to the middle of the plant, or there's an open area, and they've got a backhoe, and they just bing, bing, and beat the shit out of that thing and crunch it. Motor, perfectly fine. Everything about that vehicle, like you're like the parts, man, but that's what they have to do. So in a lot of these vehicles like this that you see them testing, or they'll send it out. Now the press vehicles that we can get, no, those will be sold at auction after they're done with them. We
actually know people that have bought from press.
They
fleet.
They do about 10,000 miles on those, and then they flip them to auction and move on and throw a new one out in the fleet.
Nightbird Dog, thanks for joining.
I could not believe that there was some lady just giving this poor dude hell in one of the forums, just ripping him up. And I was just like, Jesus, man, I get it.
Yeah, Allie, they probably do take the chips out now. And if they don't, they should.
Yes. Oh, Cigar Saxon did salvage that deer. What it looks, steaks, dried sausage, burgers, and jerky.
I just can't do deer, man.
You've probably done deer and didn't know it.
Better not.
And that was the show. No, I've not fed you deer, but I would. Bambi didn't hurt nobody. He's not going to hurt going down. You're going to be like, that's some of the best meat out there. Most vitamins. Perfect. All right. Kelly, we've got a poll here. What was our poll?
Before you go there, Devin Heritage says, always curious what will happen to off-rodeo Broncos, low miles, beat crap. They actually will sell them to certain people, because I do know somebody that actually bought one.
Well, that for the most part they go to auto auctions. So Nissan here, there's a big auction in Murfreesboro, and there's one in Lebanon, Tennessee, that they sell those to.
But the off-rodeo Broncos is what he's talking about.
No, those will get crushed.
No, they won't. They were sold. No, they were actually some sold, because I actually talked to someone. I
wish Josh was in here, because the early ones got crushed.
Maybe the early ones did, but because those were probably pre-production.
There was a guy who was up. There was a story about this going around. One of the guys one of the guides, he had drove this thing. I think it had like 12,000 miles on it. It was at the Supercell we were at. I think it was the Rapid Red one that we saw there. And he wanted to buy it from Ford because he had a lot of special meaning. He a lot of adventure in that vehicle. And no, they went and crushed it. But
I know, but I do know someone who told me that they bought one.
I'm not doubting you.
Yeah. So really just depends,
because there's liability on some of that stuff.
It depends on what the new, or like if they're the newer ones that were put into rotation, or whether they were pre-production.
Yep. See, Cigar Texan says you need to try it, Kelly. It's the best.
Oh, I can't.
And rabbit. You should try rabbit sometime.
Oh, no, thank you.
I eat a lot of rabbit as a kid.
Nope.
Wait till you see him process rabbit.
No, thank you.
My dad used to raise them.
I don't need any more. This is not all Hunt Nation.
And come time to sacrifice the rabbits to the rabbit god. Yeah, make you a man.
Are you done?
Rabbit is greasy. Yes.
See,
yes,
Eric's done. Eric said, "I'm out."
I'm not going.
I don't blame you, Eric.
I'm not going there. No, I used to hunt a rabbit too.
I don't blame you, Eric. Bye.
All right, Kelly. Our poll tonight.
Okay, now you can.
It's right here.
So, if you have not waited on the poll, please do so, because we're about to close it out. Did you buy your Ford Bronco some Black Friday parts? You know it. Not at all. Still waiting until I get my Bronco. Stockpiling parts for delivery day.
Now, this poll, I will be honest, I didn't expect it to turn out this way.
I didn't either.
because let's see, we've got 99 votes. If we could get 100 votes in there.
If you haven't voted, vote for us.
That's right. But yeah, no, so obviously a lot of our audience here, they want news on anything we get about productions. Everybody's looking for their Broncos, but the 101. All right, we will close this poll right now.
You could have given them a countdown of like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 or something.
You just did.
Not till you had already ended it.
All right, Kelly, how did our poll turn out?
All right, so the final results are 101 votes, 49% not at all. I am shocked.
I am too.
Because I know a lot of people that stockpiled before their vehicles came in.
Yeah, 49% said not at all. It said 24%. Still waiting till I get my Bronco was at 20%.
Jessica said buying my Ford Bronco a garage instead of parts.
Hey, that's a part, right? It will be.
Gia said, "Yep, bought lights, more lights, and a bow bar."
Oh wow, Gia's gonna come out like an alien. It's gonna be like Close Encounters when that thing lands and all these lights everywhere, and you hear doo, 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 doo. Like that. You'll see Gia come up to a supercell.
For sure.
Literally from Michigan. She's clicking lights. She's gonna leave at like 5 a.m. Click the lights on them. It will be in East Tennessee.
Like, hey,
man, what's that light? Oh, it's Gia.
Yeah.
But no, I that wouldn't really surprise me because why that surprised me. So this was the real. I know a lot of people. We had ours last year around Black Friday. Well,
Black Friday.
But there wasn't no. I mean, we at that time I think there was only maybe 25,000 out.
Yeah,
not enough to get excited about parts. This year we've had a full year and a quarter of these things being out. So I thought, man, there'll be
lots of deals.
There was lots of deals, but I thought in the poll people would be
that you would
like,
see
man,
different.
yeah, I couldn't wait to get my parts.
Joshua Stevens says saving all my money for the largest down payment possible due to high interest rates. That is a smart move.
I don't
super smart.
Always make smart moves, and that is a smart move.
We don't always make smart moves.
No, cars. We're bad. That's our one.
That's our weakness.
Yes, clearly why we're auto journalists because we love cars so much. Now we get to drive other manufacturers' cars.
Yeah, if we could only just get them for a little bit longer, so we could actually fall in love with them a little bit more, and we could give better content.
Nick says, wait, it looks like I might have missed part of Nick's thing. What we're talking about. Although I did get stuff for my Bronco when I went to Tom's Off-Road back in July. All right. Crypto. What?
No, we didn't buy any crypto.
I have some crypto, but
I still have some. I just leave it in there.
You don't want to look
I don't
at
even
it right
move
now.
it. I don't touch it.
Thanks.
I literally have $20 worth of free something that is turned into like $250.
I bet it's
and I just leave it. Maybe.
It was Bitcoin.
Maybe. I think you made me move it.
I don't know.
I think I moved it somewhere.
Let's see. Wild Raptor says, me and MasterCard are part owners in a lot of Black Friday parts. That's awesome.
Night, Jason K. Thanks for joining.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Credit union. Gia says credit union is offering 3.49 right now. That's pretty ridiculous.
I know, Gia. I actually looked for my credit union to see if they had, because I think we got like a 4% maybe when we did ours. Maybe I think
that's not, it was more than we thought it was going to be. And
yeah, we thought the interest rate was more than because they wouldn't let us use our credit union.
Yes, and that's
without charging us more money. There's a whole go watch that video to find out more about that. So I thought maybe I could refinance, but ours isn't offering 3.4.
Yep, right now because we looked at it.
They're like 4.2. I looked the other day. It's like 4.2, 4.5.
Let's see. Cigar says, "Stay away from crypto." Our down payment for our Bronco came from crypto.
Yep, true story.
Yep, I did pretty well with it, and
then we had to pay the taxes on the back end.
Yeah, now it's not doing so much.
It's a good thing you cashed
final
out.
Questions or comments, guys? Kind of watching this chat.
Look in the starred because there was something in the starred.
Well, we actually, if Wes is still here, we just
so we talked about that.
Let's see.
YouTube Car Spotters Guide says, "Hey Kelly, place an order for 2 shirts. Now I have 3 ATN shirts in my wardrobe. I'm going to wear them this season."
In Octillo?
Octillo Wells, my favorite watering hole, the Iron Door. Very
Nice.
cool.
I think is that the place YouTube Car Spotters Guide that you would
I think you were telling us.
No, he'd send us a little care package.
Yeah.
And I think there was a menu or something. I can't remember. That's a difficult name. Are there any engine problems with your Bronco? I'm assuming that's a troll. Are there any engine problems with your Bronco? No,
Nope.
we've had zero issues. And I will. So final thing on that. So that video that we were talking to Dave Z about the issues he was having with his transfer case. I've seen positive people generally don't respond. We've talked about this many times. Positive people just move on. They might see the story and be like, well, I ain't had any problems, so I'm not watching that video or whatever, which is fine. But the trolls and all the Toyota fanboys and the Jeep crowd got in that, and that video has been shared to a Jeep forum because I know where these things get shared. And it was a JL Jeep forums. I forget what it's called, but and these guys just like, piece of shit. That thing is just, Ford. That's not a real off-road vehicle. This and that. And I'm like, the damn thing's a real off-road vehicle, man. This thing, it's a brand new vehicle. And these are excuses, yes, but would they've had this problem? All these problems had the pandemic not happened? I don't think so. I don't think the engine problem would have been. There's always an engine problem, even the ones that they've built for 10 years. Every once in a while, you get one that just acts wonky. Some of the build quality issues that we've seen, I would guarantee you would not be an issue. This transfer case, I don't know on this because, whatever. But we did have a guy who works for Barge Warner or whoever makes the transfer case in our Bronco, because there's two transfer cases in this thing. And Dave Z, since his was a base, he got a basic transfer case built by somebody else. And this guy, he said, hey, I designed the one that's in the upper
side.
And he's like, and the guy was real nice. He's like, I'm not saying this to trash the other one. He's just, I want people to know there's two different cases out there by two different companies.
Way to go, Shmo.
I know. But I thought it was, I trust me, I hear of all these Jeep guys bitching about their little auto start battery, because there's a separate little battery, I guess, in the Jeep for the auto start stop. And there's a lot of problems with it where you have to take that little battery out, basically. Like, it causes a lot of problems. And there's all kinds of little problems, these things, man. I've seen, there was plenty of stories where these Jeep people were, Gladiator especially, people went and played in the dirt, off-roaded it, took it to the dealer for some warranty issues, and they denied them. Like, abuse. It's not exclusive to this Bronco. So I don't want anybody that watches these things, and if you made it this far, but I don't want people to think, oh man, these things are just a pile of shit. If ours was a pile of shit, trust me,
it'd have been we'd have sold it already.
Well, that, and you guys would have heard all about it. I'm not paid by Ford. I don't get it. Ford doesn't give us press vehicles right now, so I'm not in good graces with Ford right now. So I have zero interest to not tell you that any bad things. We've documented. We had the pinion seal go out on ours. Ford replaced it, no questions asked. I'm very satisfied with that. They checked they sent somebody to our house, because they have the new service where they're sending people out to our house or two houses to do small recalls. They checked it out, said ours was fine.
Yeah, we didn't have a child lock
I
one.
believe ours is not in the drive shaft boot or whatever it was. The recall that's out right now, but
we did have our pinion seal leak.
Yes, we did have it. And then Dwayne with Driven Wild Outdoors, like 3 weeks later, his started doing it. So
there's quite a few things,
There's little quirky things, man. But we're especially year one, your beta tester, man.
Yep.
They do the best they can. They put as many miles on this. Clearly with Bronco, they couldn't be out there driving around openly because they were trying to keep it a secret what it was going to look like. And even more so the Bronco, like, this was a big deal for Ford. Now, we've all seen when they do they'll do small updates. They'll put their vinyl badging and hide the best they can. But this was a brand new vehicle, man. So I just don't like, I'm not going to be, the guy waving the Bronco flag like it's a perfect vehicle. By no means is it a perfect vehicle. But is it better than the Nissan that we came from? Night and day.
100%.
And nothing wrong with that Nissan. Just the vehicles keep getting better and better and better. So anyway, that's my rant for the night.
And it didn't turn into a WTF.
I know.
Look at you. Nope. No WTFs tonight.
Ford.
NDM 84. Welcome in. Anyone know when the 2023 order banks open? Sorry, just got here. There's nothing confirmed, but expected late Q1 of 23.
Allie mentioned one time on this that she thought February.
Late February, March.
She didn't give a date or a time. She just
just let me jump in and correct you.
Okay, but she said she believed it was somewhere around February.
They have not had a confirmation,
but there was some emails going back from Ford that said it would be November.
Wait,
and
what?
This was before they give all the details.
I was like, dang.
Yeah, and so that didn't happen. So
see, Allie said February.
Yeah, and you know what? If you have one of the
January, February, March, April. In other words, don't contact Allie and ask because
unless you want to be number one like me.
There's no one else that's number one.
Maybe for Bronco 23 Bronco, you could be number one with her.
Gia says May.
Yes.
Nothing confirmed. NDM 84 is the moral of that story.
As soon as I hear anything,
you'll know
any rumblings. I have some contacts at the plant, but they won't know this kind of stuff. So.
Oh, Allie.
I do think though, if you're into mid-sized trucks, I think the build and price will become available for the Colorado next week.
We're not talking about Colorado. This is
little,
Bronco Talk Live.
News.
Ford Bronco Talk Live.
He's up there.
Wild Raptor 23 says, wow, 49% of people didn't spend any Bronco parts on Black Friday. Rest easy knowing I picked up the slack, you slackers.
Hey, I dumped a few $1,000s out there, so about $4,000 in Bronco parts.
Yes.
So I'm with you. Hold tight, man. We'll help those companies.
Dang, Allie's savage tonight. Bronco's done. If you got one, congratulations.
Wow.
Savage. Oh man, they're just continuing. September
24.
Area 51 says, bought my fuel shock wheels and BFG KM3s, Bilstein adjustable 5100s for my 23 Outer Banks. It has a serial number with a build date this week. And just sold my, I don't know what you sold. Because it didn't finish.
That's a cliffhanger, man. I'm on pins and needles here, man.
We'll come back to you. Kay says, just bought a Big Ben 4-door Bronco. Any tips on what to add to it? Check out our build on allterrainnation.com, and you can see kind of what we've added to it. Dave will put the link in the chat for you. That's kind of where we would start.
It depends what you want to do with it. Ours I say will be. We have not got to do all the off-roading last year we wanted, or this year we wanted it to do, but we got to play with it a little bit. And I mean, ours is, we will go to Windrock and Moab hopefully this year or next year and go explore with this thing. That's what we bought it for. And I want to have some fun. Obviously we're auto journalists, so I have that stuff. I have to cover all the new stuff, but this is a vehicle I bought to go adventure on our own. And so wheels, tires. I always say tires are the first best thing depending on your goals. So grip is king. If you're depending on your weather conditions, if it's snowy, half the year, you want a good snow rated tire. If you want a bigger tire, you may need a lift. So you just plan accordingly.
So Allie's reminding everybody, just keep in mind that everything's going to be on standstill soon due to Christmas.
Yep.
So just keep that in mind.
Yes. And last year around this time, they were still building 21s all the way till Christmas, which I don't know if they're into 20. Allie may know. I'm not sure if they're into 23s just yet. They might be, since we were seeing the HVAC controls floating through map. Because there was people that I did a story on it. I think it was a WTF where Ford was still delivering 21s in April of last year.
Devin says, my OBX was built Christmas week last year. Got it on 111.
Nice. What else we got? A couple more. We got time for a couple more here.
Jason says 23 order banks open in Julember.
I love that. I was born on Julember.
NDM says if I order a Rubicon now, I'd receive it by March. LOL.
392s. Like I wouldn't be out of the question for us to order a 392, and guess what? I would get it in 3.5 months.
We are out of the question. That's too expensive. Yes, it is.
T-Rex?
No, I'm not spending $100,000 on a truck right now.
Ranger Raptor?
No, it better not be $100,000.
Oh, I don't think the Ranger Raptor is going to be $100,000.
I'm just putting it out there. It better not.
I think about 57, 58,000. I know. Thanks, economy.
Can't even with you.
Anybody need a Jeep Gladiator?
Right? Get
Speaking
that
of which-
shit out of my driveway.
Kelly didn't notice, but
Oh, looky there.
$43,000.
Nobody else knows because you're not sharing the screen.
Well, I'm not. This is Bronco Talk. They don't want to know about Jeep for sale.
If you're interested in the Jeep, it's on the website.
Yes. If you want to Allie, you want to sell this for us?
This is what goes in my pocket. This is not the one. This is in my pocket.
Yes. All right, Kelly. Anything else you see? See in the chats? Anything else we need to do? And Jay Zen says, "Do it."
What's he doing?
392.
No.
Yep.
It is not a comfortable enough vehicle to drive or to buy. It's been 90 grand on.
I don't disagree.
So there you go.
Let's get Turo or whatever the car rental place
At
is.
least, the TRX is comfortable.
And by the way, Jeep, for all the press stuff, what you do see us drive a lot of Jeep Stellantis products. One of the hardest companies to work with to actually get them to give us press vehicles.
We get to go to press events and drive them all day long,
Yeah.
though.
But I'd like to spend a weekend at 392. Just see
I
what
would
it's
like to spend a weekend at 392.
Be a couple fun stories there.
That would be fun.
Or a T-Rex. Or even the Ram Rebel. Did you notice there's a Ram Rebel up at the Dodge dealership?
No, because I don't drive past it.
It's pretty.
Well, that Hurricane engine is real nice too.
Yes.
I'll be honest. That's real nice. We drove a Jeep Wagoneer with it in it.
Grand
Wagoneer, my bad.
Yes.
It was beautiful.
And I'm very excited when they put that Hurricane in the trucks. Because it had a little spunk to it in that big vehicle. So
Pittsburgh Jim says possible fuel injector leak on the engine. Are we talking the 392 or are we talking on the Hurricane? Because I haven't heard either one.
Yep. I don't know. No. Devin says Jeep hasn't refreshed in 60 years. Well,
Yeah.
Bronco went right back to the Gen 1 look. Go figure. Jason says Allie will take the Jeep on trade. No, I don't. I don't need it.
I don't want to hold on to it that long.
Yeah. We don't drive it, honestly.
Mm-mm.
I think I've got it shown on our website with 10,730 miles. I bet it has about 10,800 miles on it now.
Probably true.
I like it.
No, I drove it to Nashville, so it's probably got 11.1 maybe.
But either way, it's
low.
And we bought that in what, May of 21?
Yeah, May of 21.
So
we've not had it very
freaking
long.
low, pretty freaking low miles on it. Though.
Yeah, for a lot of yes.
Yeah, the words.
I'm tired.
I am too. Yes.
Yeah, the Snazberry is really nice. We do like the color on it. We get a lot of compliments actually on the color. A lot of people be like, "That's a good looking."
So I pulled the 35s off of the Bronco or the 315s. Desperately would like to put them on this thing because I think it would look cool. And if we weren't getting rid of it or trying to get rid of it now, it would have happened.
I asked him if we could sell the tires that are on there, and he's like, probably not for as much as we could sell the other ones. So the frugality in me goes, will we get more out of them if we put them on there and make it look beefier with 35s on it? Or will it be just fine with what's on there?
Yeah. So it'll stay with the 32s.
Yeah, so it'll stay with them.
All right, Kelly, I think that is a
Hold
show
on.
tonight.
I was reasoning.
Oh.
Starting bid on the Jeep is $100. That's not going to take it.
Yeah, I think you need multiple.
Gia wants it for 105. 105K sold.
Damn, hell yeah. I like your bidding.
I mean, it's an all-terrain nation truck.
It does say all terrain on it. So will it be two-wheel drive, Kelly?
Four-wheel drive.
It only matters what you drive tonight. If you're driving a Bronco, right?
As long as we're driving Broncos tonight.
Really? Just tonight?
Yeah. Because we're talking Ford Bronco Talk Live.
And we're out. Peace, everybody.
See
y'all
ya.
next Monday.